Welcome back to WaterparkRanger, so let's play Pikmin 2. Last episode we finished the Citadel of Spiders, and in this episode we return to the above-ground realm of the Perplexing Pool to collect some treasures and find the way to the next dungeon that we're going to go in today, this episode, very likely. Anyway, I'm kind of still pissed about how I lost to the boss. Well, I didn't exactly lose, I won. But I lost 9 Pikmin to the boss. I mean, like 8 Pikmin to the boss. And that really annoys me, because typically I pride myself in never losing a single one against it, and it just being an incredibly easy fight. But due to that stupid requirement that I put about the whole party having to fight it, that's really what screwed me over. But now that I'm looking back on it, I see a way that I could have easily avoided that problem. Oh, and also, I think I might just take the time to mention this now. You notice how sometimes I'll zoom at the camera and you'll be able to see like a perfect ground view, like from behind the backs of the captains? That's a camera angle unique to this game, and I love it because it lets you see so far ahead. You could never do that in the first game. You can see far ahead in the distance if you use that camera angle. Anyway, we're going to be splitting up the Pikmin party right here. Olimar will take a view to go after a treasure, while Louie will take the rest over in this direction and work on an electric fence, which is located in kind of a tricky position. You can't get to it anywhere other than falling down on this gap here, otherwise the water will block the way for the rest of your Pikmin. So you have to fall down right here to get the yellows to go after the electric fence. In the meantime, we have Olimar get the Pikmin up to this ledge and lead them around to the treasure. If this area is looking kind of familiar, that's because not only is this like the distant spring from the first game, like the exact map, with admittedly some modifications. Like, they made this thing easier to get to, but they seriously put the treasure just in the same place as the ship part was in this part of the game in the distant spring in Pikmin 1. That's kind of interesting too, and that's no longer just a ditch with a small jump geyser, because they took the small jump geysers out for this game. Instead, there's like a ramp so Olimar can climb out of a little water pit. Also, the lakes around here have dried up. Whoa! What just happened? Oh my god, it's a clipping glitch! That's horrible! Now we can't take the treasure? Oh no. If we can't get this treasure... Come on guys, I know you can do it. If we can't get this treasure, because I think once you move a treasure, it will always be in this position like on all the other days, we could possibly not get 100% because of this glitch. Wow, I have never seen this happen before. Seriously, look! The Pikmin are trying, but they just can't pull it out of there. And it looks like there must be water underneath it or something, because, yeah, the Pikmin seem to be touching the water, and that's what's making them let go, so they can't pull it out. There's not enough to make them drown, but clearly, the clipping glitch is making water appear right there, just enough to make them back off. Wow, this is ridiculous. Of course this would happen in episode 13, of all episodes. Yeah. Oh, at least we finished the electric fence. Not that it matters, because now we can't get the treasure. Maybe just if we had more Pikmin, we could pull it loose, so... I'll have Louie throw these up here, and then Olimar can go and gather them. What?! Okay, then! Somehow, just by switching the camera, the glitch fixed itself. I guess for some reason it was shy of fixing itself on screen? Whatever. Alright, I've cut ahead to them taking it back, because honestly nothing was happening. I was kind of just waiting a while, and I figured you probably wouldn't want to watch all of that. So yes, that's actually, looks like the lid of some kind of pickle jar. And as you see, Olimar has gone back. Anyway, I remember earlier I was talking about that camera angle that I love so much, and I'm using it right now. See, you can see into the distance this way. The one problem with it is, number one, unlike other camera angles, you have to hold it down to keep it activated, which is a major pain. And also, number two, it makes the background music a lot more quiet, so you can hardly hear what's going on. And I know that the music in Pikmin's supposed to be ambient, but I like it. Oh god, Mid-Heights! Wait, why was I worried? These things can't kill Pikmin. Yeah, but like I said, you want to have purples to fight Mid-Heights. And, hey, you. Oh, almost sound like the lyrics of that awful Avril Lavigne song. I could have sworn Are we missing a Pikmin? Yeah, I think there's one that's not with us at the moment. Also, yeah, that little yellow Wollywog sitting in the water's edge. Don't tempt fate, don't get too close to it. And also, why can I not find that yellow on my radar? Oh, well, whatever. If we can't have that yellow in our party, it's not like it's gonna hurt us, because, really, for this dungeon, I just recommend bringing no specified amount of, like, even Pikmin, just to be perfect. Whoa, that Pikmin just died? What the hell? Jesus, this is one glitchy day. I can't even tell what's going on anymore. Interesting, my odor detectors are reacting. A strong scent wafts from that hole. I'm a machine, so reading scents is beyond me, but your faces tell me all I need to know. You're both drooling. I wish, just once, I could feel what it is like to drool. Yeah, it's not that great a sensation, trust me, it just makes you hungry, that's it. Okay, this dungeon is Glutton's Kitchen. As you can see, the only hazard is electricity. It is a very different dungeon from the rest, in my opinion. Like one of the others in the perplexing pool that we'll encounter at a later point. Anyway, really, I would just recommend to bring along a large party of yellows and perhaps all the purples you currently have, but because we're doing this without using purples for combat, this is going to be an all-yellow run of the dungeon. Maybe now that I think about it, I should have brought some reds along for the battles. Because as you can see, this enemy, although it looks just like a little dwarf red bulborb, in fact has a lot more HP, and is able to react to Pikmin a lot more quickly. Yes, this little thing right here is a dwarf bulbear. You may recognize it from the first Pikmin game. They are slower than they were in that game, but they have that incredible durability still. They are really just such a pain. Seriously, if you try to go after those things with your captains, and yeah, one just kill the Pikmin there because they have such high HP, they usually are able to kill Pikmin before they die. I recommend doing one-hit KO throws on top of them. That is one way in which they are weaker than the first. I know that in the first, you can't just one-hit KO them from the top. It takes at least 2 or 3 hits from the top. Not so in this game, so I guess I'm thankful for that. But really, these things are quite little bastards. For their appearance, they are a lot more dangerous to your crew than you could imagine. And this dungeon, the Glutton's Kitchen, I don't know where to really place it in terms of difficulty, because the thing is, I like to think of it as it being an easy early dungeon, but some things about it are just so decidedly trollish. Like, it's easy, it's short, it's not 7 levels, which is the average length, it's 6, it's 1 short, so you'd think it wouldn't be as bad. But it actually seems to be a little bit more bad than some of the 7-4 ones we encounter later on. But regardless, I don't like to give the Glutton's Kitchen cred, because honestly, come on, look at it, it's a toy box, how can this be a bad dungeon? Like, there are some things about it that just piss me off though, and we'll see exactly how much they matter in the long run. One thing I probably should have mentioned is, this dungeon, for sure, I recommend, if I mentioned the Ultra Bitter Spray, bring along 2 doses of it, before you go in. Of course, since we're not playing through the sprays, much to my chagrin, we can't do that. This enemy here, Bread Bug, you'd recognize it from Pikmin 1, there was only one in the whole game. You had to defeat it to get your space float. There are quite a few in the Glutton's Kitchen. In fact, besides the final dungeon of the game where one appears, this is the only time you ever see them. And they appear in great swarms, really. They're absolutely obnoxious. But anyway, in case you don't remember how to fight them, here's the deal. Basically, they're going to try and take treasures. So you try to pull those treasures away from them and see... Let's see if we can grab this guy before he gets back in his nest. Nope, too close, call back. If Pikmin are grabbing whatever he's carrying when he's going into the hole, he will kill all of them. So what you can do is also, you can throw them directly on top of them to damage it. One of the many reasons why purples are great in the dungeon is because they're particularly good at doing this. Plus fighting dwarf bullbears, just for fighting about anything you encounter, really. But really, you can fight them by throwing them Pikmin directly on top of them. But the preferred traditional method is to grab whatever they're carrying, and then overpower them by having more Pikmin pull on it, and overwhelm it with strength, take it back to the research pod. That will damage it to just a critical health level, and then you only need to either defeat it with a hit from above, or do the luring it back to the research pod and damaging it again. So really, it's up to you how you want to fight those things. Personally, I like to hit them from above because I'm trying to play through this game without collecting enemy corpses. If I do get one, I'm not going to reset. I'm just going to even it out so the number ends in a 5 or a 0, because I'm very obsessive-compulsive that way. And before we leave the sub-level, I think I'd like to explore the train tracks, so maybe I'll just speed that up if you don't mind, because we'll never get a chance to see this layout again, so let's have fun while we have it. Sorry, that's just a habit I have. I love to explore the train tracks. It's so much fun! It kind of reminds me of We Play. I know that game generally sucked, but it had a really fun tanks game in it, which you kind of controlled tanks in like a toy box looking setting, and it was really fun. It was the only good thing about the game. And with that being said, we'll continue with the Glutton's Kitchen next episode. See you then.